Okay, everybody, are you ready to get started? Wonderful. I'm excited as well. Hello, everyone, and my name is Ruth Elliott, and I'm excited to be able to bring some of the instructional information to you on how to use some of these wonderful new tools. It was really great being a part of Tom's session this last time and seeing the to and go and his explanation of it. How many people are excited about everything? Wonderful. Okay, so here's what I'd like to do. I'm going to go through some of the tools and just give you some suggestions on how to use them and in what order to use them. And it's interesting because Tom and I didn't have really any conversation prior to doing our sessions, and yet as I'm sitting back there and he's talking about how he would use the to and go at a glance sheet after the Flipbook presentation, I'm kind of chuckling to myself because it's exactly how I am teaching people how to use it, that we just think alike, trying to give direction to the newest individual getting started. So what you see on the screen, in the new Vemma to and go action plan that's part of your pack, it actually is just a nice little guide that tells you how to make a list of people, a memory jogger, some suggested key phrases, and teaching you how to invite people with manners to take a look at a presentation. Knowing that in our market space, we're really working with friends, relationships of family. And so what I like to do is to teach you some of the skills that I've gained through the years of how to work through your warm market and to really accomplish the number one thing that we all want to accomplish, which is to show why we're excited, maybe share with them why we thought of them, but if it's not a fit for them, we want to leave that friendship in good terms, right? So we'll teach a little bit about that today, about prospecting with manners. And so what we have in the to and go action plan is some little more detailed information, but you'll see some of the tools here. In the very first step in the to and go action plan, it says we're to tell the story. Well, what I like about the Flipbook is, first of all, it's a corporate approved story to tell, and that's why it's really important to stick to it. And what it does is it really answers some of the questions that maybe your guest or friend has in their mind. They're looking for the answers to these particular questions so they can make a decision of becoming a customer or an affiliate or maybe not participating at all is really what they would like to do. However, they wouldn't know to ask these questions. If you met with a new individual and said, so what questions do you have that you would like me to address in my presentation, they probably wouldn't know. But here's some of the things that they're thinking is, what is the market potential of the product? They want to know if they're interested in the products themselves. They want to know, can I do this? What tools and training are in place? How do I earn back the cost of my investment, and how do I get into profit mode? Those are some of the questions that people have. So the reason I love the Flipbook is it actually addresses each one of those bullet points in a short storytelling format that allows a person to make a good decision of where they see themselves fitting. So we have the tell the story with the Flipbook, the to and go at a glance. And I know you've heard Tom talk about this ledger, this sheet that's a part of this pack. And thanks to J.D. Phillips creating the idea of making a tear-off pad, you see the prospecting process or, going through and sorting through individuals. Really, that sheet should go home with every individual so they can see what it is, the blueprint of what it is that they're trying to build, and to remind them of the action steps that they can take to help make a good decision. So that sheet needs to go home with them, and so now we have a ledger sheet that actually allows you to tear that off. The second thing that you'll see is what we call products at a glance. And that's just a simple questionnaire. So when individuals finish telling the story with the Flipbook, sometimes they get to the point where some people feel a little uncomfortable to ask the question or to ask for the check or to invite the person to join. Sometimes people can feel a little awkward with that. Well, what's nice is this sheet can be used as an interview sheet. And it allows you to actually show it to the individual sitting in front of you and say, so initially, where do you see yourself? Customer or affiliate? We offer both. And then what it does is, because Vemma does have more products, it's just an easy way to say what we've put together are Vemma's 3 most popular packs. And it's a way to give guidance without being pushy or selling individuals on what it is that you want them to do. It's all about giving choices and allowing to do what's best for the individual in front of you. And so we're going to go through that sheet on a larger screen so I can show you different ways to use it. And then, of course, there's the 2-and-go action plan. That's all part of it. So here are the tools in a little larger screen. We have the Flipbook, your products, the 2-and-go at a glance, the products at a glance, and the 2-and-go action plan. Now, with this particular sheet, this is the products at a glance. This is what you would go through with the individual to find out what it is they're interested in and what order they would like to start with. Now, here's why I like the back side of this page, which is focused more on the right side. It shows the products individually. Now, the reason I like this is the last two individuals that I actually put on the product started with a 10-pack of Vemma because that's what they wanted for their household. She actually tried some of the other Vemma products. However, when it came time to manage and change her auto delivery in her back office, though I trained her on how to do it, she got confused when she got to the section that had all the item codes and there were no pictures with the products. Has anyone else noticed that? Okay. This sheet could be used for a new individual to know that they could match the product with the item code. It also gives the QV, the case price, so they can change and manage their own auto delivery. But you'll notice there's also a unit price on here. Excuse me. My voice is going from talking so much. What's nice about the individual unit price is when you have an affiliate pack and a brand new person wants to get started, you might find an individual that really just wants to experience the products maybe for a few days before they make a decision to purchase an affiliate pack for themselves. And because we do have additional products, sometimes on a one-on-one or a two-on-one, it might be awkward to open up several cans and to begin a tasting with one individual, right? So what I do is I learn to ask simple questions and learn to give directions to people that, hey, before you get started with an affiliate pack, would you like to experience a few days of Vemma's 3 most popular brands? And that's why usually on the table what I would have are V2s, build and burn. So what I actually did was I retailed per can price and allowed that individual to experience a few days of these products, so they could make a decision and feel better about starting with the affiliate pack. Again, what's really wonderful about the affiliate pack is it includes the products of the 24/7 pack, which is the Vemma, the Build, and the Burn. So an individual can feel comfortable trying those products before they make that decision. So what's great about this sheet, and this is when I start a new individual, I would use it and say, now, this is going to help you manage your future auto deliveries. But it's also a guide for you to use the products in a single can purchase, a case purchase, however you want to use it. Do you find that helpful? Great. Okay, so when you're doing a presentation, there's a couple different kinds you can do. A live event or an online event. And here's some different tools to use it. With the Flipbook, that would be used for a live event. And we'll go through in a minute the different choices for a live event. For an online event, you can use the Vemma Flipbook for free, and I'll show you how to do that, using a website called vemmaflipbook.com. On that website are the slides with an arrow that when you're reading the script, you're just simply instructing the guest to arrow right to go to the next screen. There's also a company called Ditto Talk. Excuse me. And Ditto Talk, there is a fee for it, but they have the same Vemma script and the same Vemma story, but it's an interactive where the guests can interact on the computer. So let's talk about a live event. We use terms, and I saw in Tom's presentation, a one-on-one. A one-on-one is where an individual can practice doing the script, practice with the Vemma Flipbook, and actually go out and begin to meet their friends one-on-one and use the Vemma Flipbook themselves. And you can feel comfortable as a new affiliate doing that because the script is simple. There's not a lot of content on it. It's enough to get a conversation started and to answer some of those questions a guest may be looking for. So by practicing it a few times, you usually know a couple people in your phone well enough that you can work through the Vemma Flipbook with your guests because they're your friend. Now, there's also something called a two-on-one. A two-on-one is where a leader might take a new affiliate and do the Flipbook presentation with them a few times to gain confidence and just to help through the sorting process, knowing that that new affiliate can pay it forward in the future. So you could do a one-on-one and a two-on-one either live, or you can actually use a two-on-one via online presentation as well. You can also do a home event. Now, many people have different ideas of what a home event is, and in my experience through the years, I realized that a home event really is best run when you have small groups of people, so you can give each guest the personal attention they deserve, and that your audience isn't so large that you'll have some people leave without getting their questions answered. I also have found that when people do home events and they want to invite several different individuals and a few individuals show up, they concentrate and think about the ones that couldn't come. That's where you just want to keep the sorting process in mind, that you want to work with each one of your guests in their venue, a one-on-one, a two-on-one, a home event. If they can't come to a home event, then that's where you could meet them perhaps in a coffee shop. Okay, so before you do the Flipbook presentation, there's a time when you want to build a little bit of rapport with individuals. For example, if you're doing a one-on-one, they're obviously a friend of yours that you invited them to meet you, and the first thing you want to do is thank them for coming. You might want to remind them why you're excited and why you thought of them. In the Two and Go action plan, you're going to see 4 key phrases that help in the invitation process. And really, the philosophy behind these 4 key phrases is that it allows you to talk to your friends and family and invite them to a presentation by using manners and not being pushy, not selling people, not pitching people. And so these 4 key phrases, though you can find them in the Two and Go action plan, I'll run through an example of how they work. Some people have call reluctance, which means they're a little bit nervous to pick up the phone. Are there individuals in here that have it or maybe have heard other individuals that have had it? Well, the way to get over that is to have a way to start the conversation. So by picking up the phone and getting right to the point, you can say, hey, the reason for my call. And you want to tell them why you're excited. But more importantly, you want to tell them why you thought of them. And when I started and created my list, I did write down people's names and why I thought of them. Sometimes it was just because they were fun individuals. And I thought, I want to surround myself with fun people. Now, I did realize that just because I thought they were fun and would love to have them in the opportunity that I was in, that maybe it wasn't a fit for them. So part of the key phrase was, hey, it may or may not be for you, and that's okay. You see, that's what your friends want to hear, is that you're not going to step over the bounds, that business is more important than friendship. And then the final 4 key phrases, would you be willing to meet me? So I would run through it something like this. Hey, the reason for my call is I found something I'm really excited about. And I thought of you, Amy, because you're fun. And I'm looking to surround myself with fun people in this part-time effort for an opportunity. Now, I realize it may or may not be for you, and that's okay. But would you be willing to meet me for a cup of coffee? Now, that just allowed that process to begin to happen. And so the exposure was I was able to meet with several people. Literally every person on my list was willing to meet with me. Because in that process, the philosophy says, hey, it's okay if it's not for you. And you have to mean that. It is okay if it's not for them and not change the relationship of your friendship. So when they do meet with you on a one-on-one, the first thing you want to do is thank them. If you're meeting someone with a two-on-one, that means that you know the affiliate, but you don't know the guest, right? So the first step to build rapport is you want to get to know the guest. And you may start by asking a couple of questions. You might want to ask, so how do you as the affiliate, how do you two know each other? And just to gain some rapport that way. And here's some of the skills that I've learned throughout the years of doing this. You meet different personality types. And I remember asking some questions to individual. It'd be like, so Dave, how do you and Tom know each other? And you might get a short answer like work. So have you worked long together? Uh-huh. So are you married? Uh-huh. And you find there's not a lot of conversation, and sometimes that can be a little bit intimidating. But what I've learned is it's not necessarily, if they're showing up for the appointment, they are interested. That just means they're more bullet type people. They're not looking for a lot of extra information. Just get to the point so I can see if this is a fit for me. So those are some just great little tips that I've learned along the way. The other thing I ask prior to presentation is, so what did the affiliate share with you that interested you most in meeting and hearing this Flipbook presentation? And that just gives you a general interest. If maybe they're interested in one of our product lines, or maybe they're interested in opportunity, but even if they're interested in maybe one of the product lines, a simple thing to say after that that allows you to have the permission to continue on talking about the Flipbook that includes an opportunity is just to say something like this: "That's wonderful. I'll run through this quick presentation that introduces you to our company, products, and a simple explanation of affiliate marketing. David here is looking for 2 individuals who are interested in financial opportunity. If it's not for you, that's okay. You may know someone who has an interest in working from home. Is that okay if we continue on with the presentation?" What you're doing is you're asking permission just to move forward. Okay, so with the Flipbook presentation, when you're doing the one-on-one or the two-on-one, what you want to do after you've done the presentation is exactly what Tom was saying earlier. You're going to pull out the 2 and go at a glance. And you're going to just stop at step 1, which is just re-emphasizing the fact that you're looking for 2 entrepreneurs, one on the left and one on the right. And you're walking through the steps and stages so they understand that if they see the opportunity, what it is they're looking for, and how to begin to earn their investment back. I use terms like this. If you see what we see, the enrollment process is very simple. It just takes your name, address, phone, email, and method of payment. That allows the person to realize that their website will turn on immediately, and it's really the information they already know. It's not this large, enrollment process that's very time-consuming. Then I would go to the products at a glance and allow the individual to have the freedom to tell me where it is they see themselves. Where's your initial interest? Do you see yourself as an affiliate, as a customer? We look for both. And just to be able to say, here's a guide that will show you Vemma's most popular products. So when you're doing these presentations, here's some of the things that you may get. You might have an individual that says, yes, I'd love to be a customer. That's wonderful. We all look for customers. I was a customer before I engaged into the opportunity. So everyone, we welcome customers to come into the opportunity, and you're going to have a lot of them. So what you just want to do is to say, wonderful, then let's take a look at some of Vemma's most popular products so you can tell me which products you'd like to order. All they need to know is they can upgrade to an affiliate status at any time by calling an 800 number and taking the free membership of an affiliate. You may have an individual that says, yes, I'd like to become an affiliate. Then you go back to that 2 and go at a glance sheet and just begin to talk about, okay, then it starts by using the sorting process. And in the 2 and go action plan, you will receive some great key phrases and a memory jogger that will take your mind to people that are really outside of your warmest circle. However, to begin this opportunity as quickly as possible, you can look into your cell phone, and I'm sure the people that know and love and trust you that would be willing to meet are right there in your cell phone, and we can get started today. So that's how you would handle if someone wanted to start immediately. You might have a maybe. Well, that's okay too. That's where I always pivot back to having a little bit of the product there and say, would you be interested in trying a few days of Vemma's 3 most popular brands? And that's where you can go back and have them start with a small supply of product. The great thing about this also allows the affiliate to move their pack, but also to regain some of the financial output of that pack. So it's a great plan to be able to use that pack in all ways. So the maybe is fine too, and then all you have to do is follow up in a few days and ask them how they like the products. And just to be in an active service. Follow-up is nothing more than just being in acts of service. You're reaching out to help them, not to push them, not to sell them, but just to be in an act of service. So what happens if you have someone that says, no, I just don't think this is for me, product or opportunity? That's okay. You want to leave that relationship that if it ever changes in the future, they feel comfortable calling the affiliate or calling you back. So you just say, okay, if there's a time in the future that the product or opportunity makes sense to you, your next step is just to call me. Okay, if you're doing a home event, here's how I would do it. The first thing you want to do before the home event is to welcome your guests to your home. I would do it in a small way where I would still use the Flipbook. I would have my guests perhaps sit around the dining room table. I would have an at-a-glance product sheet and the to-and-go at-a-glance right in front of each individual person so they all have their own. This might be a time where you have cold samples and you can open the build and the burn and at least start with experiencing Vemma's 3 most popular brands. Now you have the ability to just pour a little bit of product to your guest and to keep it simple and just to let them experience the great tasting products. And so what would you do? You would do the Vemma Flipbook exactly the same with your guests sitting around the table. The great thing is we do have the video support as well. Now you can put a computer on the table, maybe add the short video clips, and that will actually help you share the to-and-go plan. Okay, so if you're doing an online event and you want to use the website vemmaflipbook.com, you would actually call your guest and ask them to visit this browser, and they would be on the opening page. Where you go as an affiliate is into your Vemma back office, and you can see here on the Vemma back office homepage that says Flipbook. If you open that icon, you're seeing the page they're seeing, only yours has the script. And all you have to do is to read it with enthusiasm, and every time you see the arrow, you just tell them to arrow right. The other thing I want to point out on this screen is we've talked about the to-and-go and filling this organization through a to-and-go plan, and you'll notice there's a to-and-go button here on the back office. What's really neat about this is when you click on that, it actually will look very similar to the to-and-go at-a-glance page. And it will have the color-coded blanks that allows a new individual to see what it is they're building in their organization. Now, the genealogy, as we're used to seeing it, still exists, but if you have an existing business and you click on this to-and-go, your organization will begin to fill in by placing the names of your 2 affiliates, your PEQs, one left, one right, with a toggle switch that allows you to change to a different person you personally enrolled in those first 2 blocks, but it compresses and will bring up the to-and-go so you can see the organization that you have as it exists with an existing business through your personal enroller tree. Is that exciting? Is that exciting? Okay. And again, the Ditto Talk version, I'm sure somewhere here they have a booth that can tell you more about it. I just know that it's an interactive screen that allows us to share the same story. So here's what I would like to do now, is just to be able to give you a visual picture of what maybe a one-on-one or a two-on-one might look like. I have Kim here that's going to advance the screen so you can see, and I'll do a Flipbook presentation. The one thing I will say is I flew into Phoenix early, and I was there on Tuesday, and I actually filmed at Vemma Home Office with a large screen like this, me actually doing with the monitor and doing the Vemma Flipbook. It will be a version that will be available that you could use. However, here's some things that I would like to talk about in using video tools and different things. You see, in this business, at some point, we have to show up. We have to meet our prospects, our guests, our affiliates, and that type of thing. And so we have some great videos. And I would suggest if you're using, like, say, a recorded Flipbook presentation, then your follow-up has to be strong and it has to be in person. That's where you have to show up. You want to be able to follow up, meet with them, let them sample products. Don't rely on videos to just do the work for you. If you think it's as simple as sending videos out to prospect, send videos out to follow up, and all of a sudden your genealogy is going to fill, that's just not going to happen. That's misleading. You have to engage and somehow in either the prospecting or the follow-up phase, show up and be a strong postured individual that represents the company and the brand. Okay? So if you use the recorded version, just know that you want to, be personal in the follow-up. Okay, with that being said, do I have a volunteer? It makes it easier. All right, come on up here. It makes it easier for me to read the Flipbook when I'm actually reading it to someone. And I'll teach you some little simple skills. If I were doing a one-on-one or say a two-on-one, in fact, do I have another volunteer? Come on up right here. What's your first name? Andrew, nice to meet you, Andrew. Have a seat right here. Andrew is the guest. And what's your name? Tricia. Tricia, perfect. Have a seat. In this scenario, we'll be doing a two-on-one. Tricia's the affiliate. She invited Andrew, and we'll do a two-on-one presentation. And the one thing that I've learned, when you're talking with individuals, it's important to know their name and use it often. So Andrew and Tricia, I will be talking really more to Andrew, okay? But it allows it to be more personal. So the nice thing about the Vemma Flipbook presentation is when you're using it, remember that it's not, this is where it really helps to practice. When the Vemma Flipbook came out, I actually spent a couple of hours sitting with a PowerPoint and the recording on, and I just began to practice it where, not that I memorized it, but I became more familiar with what it is that I was trying to do. But when I actually use it live or in person, or if I'm doing it on the phone, I really personalize it in the fact that I know that I'm really talking to Andrew, okay? So, Andrew, let me start by asking you a simple question. If you were presented the right opportunity, what would you want to change in your life? Do any of these look?
Time freedom would be really great.
Time freedom would be great. You're not alone. A lot of people are concerned with that area of life. This presentation will show you how you can possibly change that. But let's talk about health for a minute. Just by looking at this slide, you can see there are some staggering statistics affecting our health today. There's also a tremendous amount of financial stress in today's economy. 26% of Americans have no emergency savings. 67% have less than 6 months saved to cover their expenses. And 45% of Americans have $0 saved for retirement. I think Warren Buffett hit the nail on the head with his quote, "Never depend on a single income. Make investments to create a second source." Andrew, that's one of the things that I want to talk to you about. Having a game plan to achieve your goals is important. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Let's take a look at a few of the options out there. One plan is working more and more hours. Another is investing in a franchise, which requires a lot of money for return. Or you could partner with a proven industry leader such as Vemma that offers low risk, low startup costs, but yet you determine how much you ultimately earn. I'd like to introduce you to a company called Vemma. Not only does Vemma have a proven track record, they also oversee most of the details that come with running a business, so you don't have to. Here's why Vemma is so sought after around the world. We focus on 3 megatrends: wellness, energy, and weight management. These 3 trends create close to $200 billion in annual product sales alone in the US. The number 1 megatrend is wellness. Vemma, our flagship product, is possibly the most powerful and complete liquid antioxidant available. It's a blend of vitamins, plant-source minerals, and antioxidants formulated to boost your immunity and enhance your overall wellness. The body can't thrive without nature's minerals, and since the body can't manufacture them, minerals have to be obtained through diet or supplementation. The second megatrend is the energy drink market. Andrew, do you know anyone that drinks coffee, tea, or energy drinks? Many. Well, everyone is searching for more energy. Vemma offers you a great tasting energy drink, but the key factor is that it also contains premium nutrition. It's called Verve. Energy drinks represent a $12 billion market in the US, and it's expected to explode to $21 billion in the next 3 years. Vemma and Verve have both been clinically studied and scientifically validated to boost your immune system, increase antioxidant levels, and reduce C-reactive protein. Nutritional companies don't typically spend the money to do independent clinical studies. These clinical studies have been published in peer-reviewed scientific journals. And Andrew, the third megatrend is weight management. We have a really simple, easy, and powerful weight loss program. When you take Vemma Body, it immediately starts to help boost your metabolism, build muscle, and curb your appetite. Body has helped tens of thousands of people lose the weight they don't want or easily help maintain their ideal body weight. As we know, support is critical, especially in the beginning. You have access to daily coaching videos from Chris and Heidi Powell. Here's what's really exciting about our product line. Vemma's privately owned company and is one of the few companies out there that owns its own manufacturing facility. This state-of-the-art, FDA-inspected facility enables Vemma to ensure complete quality control of their products. And Andrew, after years of research, Vemma was formulated by Chief Science Officer Dr. Wang. He's blended traditional Chinese medicine with cutting-edge Western scientific principles. It's really the best of both worlds. It's a one-of-a-kind East meets West formula. Now, this is what makes this concept special. Most companies rely on traditional advertising channels such as TV, radio, internet, and billboards to promote their brand. But the most trusted form of advertising is word of mouth. That is what drives affiliate marketing. Most people feel comfortable recommending products they love and believe in. With the affiliate marketing model, instead of millions of dollars going to the advertising executives, the money goes to affiliates. Plus, when you sign up as an affiliate, you receive a state-of-the-art website and a mobile app to help build your business. So the way you get paid is when potential affiliates and customers purchase their product through your website, it ships directly to them. But Andrew, you receive the commission check. The reason why I'm doing this business is to create residual income, which is the art of earning an income paid over and over again, long after the initial work is done. The tools and plan are in place for you to be on your way to earning that second source of income, just like Warren Buffett talked about. So let me introduce you to the exciting business plan called 2 and Go. You're going to love how simple it is to build your Vemma business and get profitable quickly. We love customers. The way a franchise attracts more customers is they open outlets. What Vemma does is look for entrepreneurs that want to become affiliates to do the same thing, get more customers. In week 1, all we're going to focus on is enrolling just entrepreneurs, one on the left and one on the right, each with an affiliate starter pack. You've now achieved the level of bronze. The next step is, Andrew, we'll help your 2 people you enrolled do exactly what you just did. Do that in a first rank advancement period, and you will have helped each of them go bronze, but you will reach what we call as the silver team leader. Now you have some good momentum going within your first 30 days. Your organization can grow as customers and affiliates consistently place repeat orders every month. That's the key to residual income. As you can see from the diagram, teach the 2 you've enrolled, each reach silver, and personally enroll 2 more, and you are now the level of gold. Congratulations. At this point, you've earned up to $1,650. Plus the fast start bonuses from new customers in your first 60 days. Now you can see the power of duplication. Within 60 days, you have an organization with momentum. You've paid for your affiliate starter pack and you're making money. As your Vemma team grows, so does your ability to earn residual income. Here's a chart with some of Vemma's ranks and average income earnings. With the advances in technology and social media, you have the ability to connect with people around the world. This gives you a tremendous opportunity to build a global business. As you enjoy the flexibility of a home-based business, Andrew, running it from your home, coffee shop, or even the beach, the home-based business trend is exploding and expected to rise 64% over the next 4 years. So getting started with an affiliate pack or starting as a customer is entirely up to you. We have a page here that will really display Vemma's most popular orders, but we want you to feel comfortable where you get started. You are welcome as a customer or as an affiliate. By looking at this 2 and Go at a glance, we want you to realize that what you'll be focusing on is your first step, which is really, of all the people you know, have any names come into your mind of someone who might be looking for an opportunity?
Yeah, I got a couple buddies that would be interested in this kind of thing.
Wonderful. The people that are looking for this opportunity are probably in your cell phone. And the best way to get started is to get started with an affiliate pack if you see the opportunity, and know that your action step is literally to learn to, or just to invite your friends how to meet us, and Tricia and I are here to help you. So if you see what Tricia and I see, we'd love to have you on the team and to be a part of our success team.
Let's do it.
That sounds great. Okay, wonderful. Thank you for volunteering. Thank you so much. Thank you. You know, it's as simple as just sharing a story, not being pushy. We welcome everyone into our business, customer or an affiliate. We just want to give the people the options that it takes. You know, this business model, I learned years ago, it's not necessarily about sales. I know some people think, you know, we're all about selling product, but in reality, what we do is we just give the right information to invite people to be a part of our organization as a customer or an affiliate. But what we have to master is being able to help the affiliate get started. You see, I would think of it like sales in selling a vacuum. If we were selling a vacuum, and you make a commission to sell a vacuum, most of the time you would shake the hand of the individual and feel like the work is done. But what we do is the work begins when someone purchases an affiliate pack or the vacuum. It's where the handshake begins the relationship. And I want you to think about when you have a hands-on approach to taking the vacuum out and teaching an individual how to use it and how to get started. You're building a relationship that's long-term, and I want you to begin to think of, instead of getting paid to sell the vacuum, you're being paid every time the person vacuums the rest of their life. Does that make sense? Do you see the difference? What we want to do, and this is the one thing that I've really enjoyed, and Les Brown talked a lot about effective communication. Really, in this business model, it's all about just learning how to share the story, how to invite the individual in where they feel comfortable getting started, and to know that when someone chooses that affiliate option pack, that you are there to help them every step of the way. So I'm excited about the tools. I'm excited about how to use them and to help engage and get people on track. I'm excited that the unified message, no matter where you go, going to events and celebrating recognition, that we're all a part of a company that has the vision for everything. So the reason I encourage you to use these tools is they're compliant. They have gone through the Vemma compliant department. It's saying the right things. And so that's what's really neat and excited, is to know that we are engaging in an opportunity where we're just building the brand and protecting the brand. So that's what I'm excited about. I know we have a few minutes left, but what I have found in my other sessions is by closing them a little bit early, it allows individuals who might have some one-on-one questions or, you know, different things to come up and share some time with me, and I'm happy to stay here and answer any questions you have. I hope this has been helpful. Has it been helpful? Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much.